Thank you, Gabby, for the introduction, and thank you for being our MC for the third consecutive year for this event. Have you ever asked yourself, why does Portland have a homeless crisis that is far more significant than most other cities throughout the country? Why is that? Well, I've spent the past year trying to answer that question. What is it specifically about Portland that causes homelessness to flourish here? If you're interested in what I've learned, I would encourage you to download HHF's comprehensive plan to significantly reduce homelessness in the Portland metro area. It not only identifies the reasons for our homeless crisis, but it also includes a 9-point plan to help solve it. And yes, I use the word solve because this crisis is solvable. In the time I have remaining, I'd like to give you a very brief answer to the question, why does Portland have such a significant homeless crisis? But before I do, I want to address 3 common misconceptions about homelessness. The first misconception is homelessness is increasing throughout the United States. That's simply not true. Between 2009 and 2019, homelessness actually decreased 10% nationwide. And geographically, it declined in 39 states. And as we all know, during the same period, homelessness in Portland got worse, not better. The second misconception is homelessness is concentrated in certain cities and states because of the weather. Well, that's not exactly true. Granted, it's easier to be homeless in Portland than Chicago, especially in the winter, but weather isn't the only factor. If it were, why is homelessness relatively low in other warm weather states of Florida, Arizona, Texas, and throughout the South? The third misconception is homelessness is primarily caused by a lack of affordable housing. Although this is commonly accepted as fact, it is not the primary cause of homelessness. Based on conversations that we've had with several nonprofits that help the homeless, there are many factors that contribute to homelessness, but the primary causes are substance abuse and mental illness, not a lack of affordable housing. There's a far better explanation for the current distribution of homelessness in the United States than warm weather or the lack of affordable housing. Despite suffering from high rates of addiction and mental illness, homeless people, just like you and me, make rational decisions. They are highly responsive to public policy. They migrate towards cities with the most generous benefits and towards the most permissive policy environments. And this is why Portland has a homeless population that is 2 times the national rate. Portland is generous towards the homeless in services provided and has the ideal policy conditions to encourage the homeless to sleep on our streets, feed an addiction, commit property crimes to survive with little or no law enforcement to change behavior. And that is why we have a growing, festering homeless crisis in Portland. Understand this, we need to be compassionate towards the homeless. Life on the street is a living hell. But the most compassionate thing we can do is to solve this homeless crisis is by financially supporting those organizations that are actually succeeding in helping the homeless return to stability so they're no longer homeless. And that is why we're here tonight. Tonight, we're going to introduce you to 4 outstanding organizations that deserve your financial support. We've included a vetting summary for each of the 4 finalists for your review. If you're interested, Gabby will show you how to download both HHF's plan to reduce homelessness in Portland and the vetting summary for our 4 finalists.